Anxiety, when the body speaks louder, the truth no one told you. Imagine you have a job interview scheduled for next week. Days before it happens, your heart is already racing, your stomach twists, and your mind starts playing out 1,000 worst-case scenarios. You know you're not in danger, but your body reacts as if a predator were about to attack you. That's the irony of anxiety, a response designed to protect you that now makes you suffer. 1. The origin of anxiety. The alarm that saved our species. To understand anxiety, we need to go back in time, all the way to our cave-dwelling ancestors. Imagine Caveman Joe heading out to hunt for survival. At any moment, he could be attacked by a predator. When that happened, his brain triggered a powerful alert system. The body released adrenaline and cortisol, heart rate spiked, breathing quickened, and blood rushed to the muscles. It was the fight-or-flight mode, the survival instinct in action. According to neuroendocrinologist Robert Sapolsky of Stanford University, this response was one of the keys to our evolution. But as he explains in his book Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, 1994, the problem began when we started triggering this alarm for imaginary threats. Bills, deadlines, notifications, expectations, and our brains still react as if the danger were physical, even when it's purely psychological. 2. What anxiety really is, and why it's not the enemy. The word anxiety comes from the Latin ansia, meaning tightness or constriction, and that's exactly what it feels like. A tight chest, a lump in the throat, shortness of breath. Interestingly, this sensation is natural. According to the World Health Organization, a mild level of anxiety is actually healthy. It keeps us alert, focused, and ready to act. The problem arises when the body's alarm never turns off, when the brain lives in constant alert mode. What was once protection becomes torture. 3. When anxiety becomes a disorder. According to the American Psychiatric Association, anxiety becomes a disorder when it's disproportionate to the real danger, lasts for months, and interferes with daily life. It's what happens to people who live in constant worry, experience panic attacks, or avoid situations out of fear of losing control. Think of a fire alarm. It's meant to warn you when there's fire, but an anxious brain sets it off even when someone lights a candle. It's living on alert in a world that isn't on fire. 4. What happens in the body? During anxiety, inside the brain, the first to react is the amygdala, the small structure responsible for fear and vigilance. It activates the sympathetic nervous system, triggering the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal HPA axis. This system releases adrenaline and cortisol, hormones that prepare the body to fight or flee. According to a 2021 review in the American Journal of Psychiatry by researchers at Oxford University, this circuit is so ancient it has barely changed since the earliest mammals. The difference? It's no longer lions. It's Zoom meetings. Imagine a car engine running at full speed all the time. The tank empties fast, the parts wear out, and the engine overheats. That's what happens to an anxious body. Constant energy drain, little recovery time. 5. When the brain imagines danger. The human mind is brilliant and cruel. We're the only species capable of suffering over things that haven't even happened yet. Just imagining a problem makes the body react as if it were real. Sapolsky explains that zebras only activate their stress system when they're actually being chased by a lion. Humans, on the other hand, do it just by thinking about the lion, or the boss, the exam, the unanswered text. And unlike zebras, we rarely switch it off. According to the U.S. National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH 2023, this ability to anticipate danger is biological, a survival adaptation of the human brain. But when it becomes routine, the body ends up fighting ghosts. 6. The many faces of anxiety. Not all anxiety is the same. According to the Brazilian Psychiatric Society, 2022, the main types include generalized anxiety disorder, constant and excessive worry without a clear reason, panic disorder, sudden attacks with shortness of breath, rapid heartbeat, and fear of dying. Social anxiety disorder, intense fear of social situations and judgment. Specific phobias, exaggerated fear of certain objects or situations, like heights, planes, or needles. In every case, the brain sounds the alarm as if the danger were real. even when it isn't. 7. Why some people are more anxious than others. A 2023 study published in Nature Mental Health found that genetic factors account for up to 30% of anxiety vulnerability. But environment plays an even bigger role. Trauma, negative childhood experiences, high-stress environments, and emotional overload teach the brain to stay on alert, as if the world isn't safe. Modern life only adds fuel, pressure for productivity, lack of rest, digital overstimulation. We literally live in an anxious society. 8. How anxiety affects the body. Chronic anxiety is like rust. It eats away slowly. A 2020 study in Lancet Psychiatry showed that people with high cortisol, the stress hormone, have twice the risk of developing hypertension and heart disease. The digestive system slows down, causing nausea and poor digestion. The immune system weakens, making infections more likely. Even fertility can drop, because the body interprets stress as a signal that it's not safe to reproduce. As Sapolsky puts it perfectly, when you're running from a lion, digesting lunch is the last priority. That's exactly what your body does. It shuts down non-essential functions to focus on survival. 9. How to manage and treat anxiety. The good news is, anxiety is treatable, and science offers solid answers. A. Care for the body to care for the mind. According to the American Psychological Association, APA 2022, regular exercise reduces anxiety symptoms by up to 30%. Physical activity is literally a healthy escape valve for the body. Sleeping well, eating balanced meals, and limiting caffeine are also essential. B. Care for the mind. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is the most effective approach, according to the Cochrane Review, 2021. It teaches the brain to question distorted thoughts and reprogram overactive alarm systems. Mindfulness and deep breathing also have proven effects. Research from Harvard University, 2020, showed that just 10 minutes of conscious breathing daily reduces amygdala activity, the brain's fear center. C. Care for the environment. No one can stay calm in a toxic environment. Social support, breaks, and a slower lifestyle help the brain understand it's safe again. D. When to seek professional help. If anxiety attacks are frequent, intense, or disrupting your life, it's time to see a psychologist or psychiatrist. Medication, such as SSRIs that regulate serotonin, may be necessary, but it's part of the treatment, not the whole solution. 10. Anxiety is a part of life. Anxiety isn't your enemy. It's a messenger, your body's way of saying something needs your attention. Without it, humanity might not have survived. The goal isn't to eliminate anxiety, but to teach the body to react at the right time. Think of anxiety like the bass drum in an orchestra. Essential, but only when it plays on cue. When it plays nonstop, the music turns into noise. So next time your heart races, pause and breathe. Your body isn't betraying you. It's trying to protect you. Now you just need to remind it. The danger has already passed. Thank you for watching until the end. If you'd like to follow more health episodes for both seniors and young people, built on empathy and science-backed information, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, leave a comment, and share our content. It's a pleasure to be here with you and to share this valuable exchange. See you in the next episode.